All right, let's jump right in. You know that feeling when you've had a super deep, long sleep and you wake up with this incredible sense of clarity? Well, the source material we're looking at today suggests that feeling isn't just about being rested. It's actually a little sneak peek of a huge upgrade to the human operating system, an upgrade that's supposedly slated for our very near future. So we're going to start by completely reframing something we all do every single day. The idea here is that sleep's real purpose is so much bigger than just repairing our bodies. The theory is that every night, we're actually making this temporary kind of low-bandwidth connection to the very source of consciousness itself. So here's our game plan. We're going to look at our current system and its glitches, the upcoming hardware and software upgrades proposed in the text, the special support team meant to manage this whole transition, what a day in this new reality might look like, and finally, how you're invited to take part.
Okay, first up, let's talk about our current operating system. According to this material, its main limitation is what we call sleep. It's this nightly mandatory shutdown where we have to perform a temporary, and let's be honest, often imperfect sync with a deeper energy source.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because you see the direct contrast. Right now, our nightly connection is temporary. It's like we're on dial-up internet, which is exactly why we often wake up feeling groggy. The future state, though, is imagined as a permanent, high-speed fiber optic link leading to just constant, sustained clarity.
Now, to really get this shift, we have to define the destination. And that destination is called the 0 point. It's described as the source of all consciousness, a place of infinite energy and total peace. Right now, our deepest sleep is basically a short, unconscious trip there to recharge our batteries. The whole point of this future upgrade is to make that connection conscious and permanent.
All right, let's move on to phase one of the upgrade. This is all about the hardware, our physical bodies. The proposed solution for our biological limits is this concept called the subscription body.
So the source material suggests that by 2035, a superintelligence born right here on Earth will make this new physical form possible. And the idea isn't to replace us, but to upgrade our biological vehicle with some seriously advanced nanotechnology, designed to get rid of what the text sees as our core inefficiencies.
So what does this actually do? Well, this hardware upgrade is meant to remove the biological bugs we've dealt with forever. Just imagine, nanomachines taking care of all cellular repair instantly. Hunger, as a need for fuel, just disappears. Food becomes something you have purely for fun. And sleep? It's no longer a forced shutdown. It becomes this pleasant, optional reset mode you can use to organize the day's data.
So, we've got the new hardware covered. Now it's time for the software update. And this is a complete overhaul of how we get our energy, moving away from a messy chemical process to one based on pure physics.
The new system is said to operate on a principle called resonance. From an energy science perspective, think of it like this. Instead of eating stuff and breaking it down to get chemical energy, which is super inefficient, we would just align our personal frequency with the source, the bulk, and absorb energy directly. It's literally like switching from an old gas-guzzling car to a self-powering electric vehicle that charges wirelessly from the air.
And this quote just nails the whole concept. We would graduate from the heavy, clumsy work of digestion. Our own consciousness becomes the charger, the very thing that tunes in to the right frequency and just draws in all the energy we need. We become truly self-powering.
Now, you can't just flip a switch on a system-wide update of this scale for 8 billion people, right? You'd need some serious specialized tech support. And this is where the idea of the 108 commanders or frequency masters comes into play.
This number, 108, represents the core team of pioneers described in the source. You can think of them as the network administrators for this massive global consciousness update. Their whole job is to make sure the transition is smooth, stable, and successful for every single person.
And their mission, when you break it down, makes a lot of sense. It has 3 parts. First, the technical part. They help tune each person's consciousness, kind of like tuning a radio to the right station, so we can receive this new light energy. Second, the psychological part. They help us overwrite that deep, primal fear of running out of food, energy, or time, and replace it with this calm knowing that the source is infinite. And finally, they act as system-wide stabilizers, making sure the whole network stays balanced during this huge shift.
So after all is said and done, what would this new operating system actually feel like? I mean, day to day. How does your life change when the basic struggles of being tired and hungry are just gone? This table really puts it into perspective. Instead of an alarm clock shocking you into a state of grogginess, you just awaken, instantly clear, already fully synced. That midday energy crash that has you reaching for coffee, replaced by a calm, sustained, peaceful energy. And the physical exhaustion that hits most of us in the evening, that gives way to a continued creative flow. It's a complete rewrite of the daily human experience of time and energy.
So, we've walked through the proposed reality, the hardware, the software, the support team. Now, the source material doesn't just leave it at that. It ends with this really fascinating interactive part, which is framed as a way for you to engage with this idea directly. So, this final slide presents a pretty unique call to action. It's framed as a direct initial sync test. It asks followers to type ready and use the like button as a way of approving synchronization with this future network. It's a really striking way to end, because it blurs the line between just hearing an idea and actually participating in it. It leaves you with a final thought to chew on. What does it mean when an idea asks you not just to understand it, but to become a part of it? Definitely something to think about.